Hello everyone, welcome back to Blissful Diaries. Myself Sahaj. So in this video we would be completing algae from plant kingdom. So if you haven't watched my previous video, do watch it and please like and subscribe this channel if you haven't. So let's get started. So yes, let's start with algae first. So the first paragraph is a description paragraph, the introductory paragraph. Algae are chlorophyll bearing simple thalloid plants, which we have also covered in our last video, that only category which fall under thallophytes is algae. Okay, the important thing to be done from this paragraph is the associations, like algae head forms association with fungi, which is known as lichen, and the association is also seen with animals, for example with sloth bear. Okay, the second paragraph is an important one. Questions can come from here because they have told you the various forms and size of algae. So there are various forms, like it might be colonial, it might be forming huge massive plant bodies, and it might be filamentous as well. Okay, like they have written here that colonial forms are volvox, the filamentous forms are Eulothrix and Spirogyra, and a few of the marine forms like kelps, they form massive plant bodies. Okay, so this one is an important paragraph, so you have to do this. Moving to the third paragraph. The third paragraph tells you about the reproductive methods, which are three: vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction. So vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation, that is each fragment will develop into individual thallus. Okay, and further moving, the asexual reproduction is with the help of flagellated zoospores. Okay, and these spores, of course, they are not formed by meiosis here, so these are by zoospores, which will on germination give rise to new plants. Talking about the third method, which is sexual reproduction, here it would be the formation of gametes and the fusion of two gametes forming a new forming the progeny. Okay, and there are three methods in this case, which is isogamous, anisogamous, and oogamous. Now from the terms we can understand it. From isogamous, iso means same, means both the gametes, the male and the female gametes, are similar in size. Okay, and they'll fuse and then a new progeny would be formed. Further moving is anisogamous if the fusing gametes are dissimilar in size. Okay, and the third case is oogamous, wherein one gamete is large and non-motile, usually the female one, and other one is motile and smaller. Okay, now let's read it. So they have told you sexual reproduction takes place through the fusion of two gametes, which can be flagellated. So in this case, isogamous case, they have given the examples of Eulothrix and Spirogyra. Now here it becomes a very important case because they have mentioned that Eulothrix is flagellated and non-flagellated, non-motile is Spirogyra. At the end of the chapter, when questions come now, this becomes very confusing, so you have to keep in mind the examples and the term. Okay, so isogamous examples are Eulothrix and Spirogyra, in which Spirogyra is non-flagellated. Okay, and in an isogamous example is Eudorina, and in oogamous we have the example of volvox and fucus. Okay, so this all it's also very important, so you have to do this paragraph very thoroughly. So yes, next we'll be doing is some of the uses of algae. So the first use is that they contribute half of the total CO2 fixation on earth. Now we all know that algae is marine in nature, okay? So therefore it is doing half the total CO2 fixation, that is photosynthesis, and therefore it is a primary producer of energy rich compounds, means it forms the basis of aquatic food cycles. So no, in oceans more than you can say almost 50% photosynthesis is being done by algae, and we know by photosynthesis food is prepared, so it is contributing to the aquatic food chain. Moving further, we have is species of Porphyra, Laminaria, and Sargassum are used as food. So these are among the 70 species of marine algae to be used as food, and this is an important line, so you have to learn this well. Next is some algae are used to produce hydrocolloids. Now what do you mean by the term hydrocolloids? So some water holding substances are known as hydrocolloids, and mainly red and brown algae are used to produce hydrocolloids. For example, brown algae produces a hydrocolloid, which brown algae? Algin, and carrageen is a red algae which produces hydrocolloids. Further we have is two algae, Gelidium and Gracilaria. They produce agar, which is used to prepare ice creams, jellies, and to grow microbes. Okay, further they have told us that a unicellular algae rich in proteins which is used as food supplement by space travelers is Chlorella. Now this is very important. I'll say this whole paragraph is very important. You have to go through these uses very thoroughly. So let's do the types of algae. So first we are starting with green algae, that is chlorophyceae. Now basically before starting, I want to say that in these the types of algae, you have to stay focused on the reserve material being talked about, the pigments, and which type of cell wall composition they are having. Okay, now let's start. Like we have done the first point, green algae. For the green algae, we are using the term chlorophyceae. Moving further, they have told that the body might be unicellular, colonial, filamentous, which is already covered. And the important thing is, like I have told you, the pigments. Like for green algae, it is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, and that is why they are grass green. Okay, then is the pigments. We all know they are stored in the chloroplast in case of plants. Now the chloroplast, they might be of a variety of shapes like cup shape, disc shape, ribbon shape, and so on. Then comes the reserve food material. Like they have said that pyrenoids might be there, and some might be storing the food in the form of oil droplets. Now what are pyrenoids? They contain starch besides protein. मतलब कि starch besides protein, मतलब कि proteins तो होंगे ही होंगे, starch भी होगा साथ में, ठीक है. And this was all about the first paragraph. Moving further, they have talked about reproduction. Like we have already discussed, reproduction 3 methods: vegetative, asexual, sexual. The same case, vegetative reproduction is there by fragmentation, ठीक है, and asexual reproduction is by zoospores, which are formed in the zoosporangia. And the isogamous and isogamous oogamous, all 3 forms of sexual reproduction are seen. Now the basic important question can come from here is the examples. Now examples are Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Ulothrix, Spirogyra, Cara. Chlorella is also one example. Okay, so to learn it, you can just learn, like I have made a mnemonics. Okay, it is like SUV: Spirogyra, Ulothrix, and Volvox, and triple C: Chlamydomonas, Chlorella, and Cara. And one more thing to focus here is, we have done in the introductory part that Spirogyra is a non-flagellated structure. See, the only exception in green algae is this case. Every else green algae is having a flagellated structure in its life cycle except Spirogyra. So it might be a question can come. They have given you 3 to 4 algae examples, and they have asked you which one is flagellated and which one is non-flagellated. So you have to keep in mind the exception is Spirogyra. Okay, now let's move to Phaeophyceae, which is brown algae. So yes, let's do now the brown algae, which is Phaeophyceae. Okay, so they have firstly told you that they are marine in habitat. Okay, further moving, they have told about the various forms and sizes in which they are available. Like it's in large variation from simple filamentous forms like Ectocarpus. We have huge plant massive bodies like kelps, which are about 100 meters in height. Okay, further moving, we have 2 important concepts of pigments and food material, which is here is chlorophyll A, C, carotenoids, and xanthophyll. Now basically the main pigment is xanthophyll pigment, fucoxanthin, due to which it gets its characterized color, due to which we call it brown algae and Phaeophyceae. And they have also mentioned that they vary in color from olive green to various shades of brown depending upon this pigment. Then comes is the food material, which is stored as complex carbohydrates in the form of laminaran and mannitol. And then the vegetative cell wall is cellulosic in nature, but they are having a hydrocolloidal covering, which is algin. We have done it. Okay, brown algae produces a hydrocolloidal substance, which is algin, and it is present. It forms an outer coating on the cell wall in this case. Okay, moving forward, they have differentiated the body of a brown algae. Like they are having a photosynthetic leaf-like structure, which is frond. Okay, and the stalk with joins is this type, and there is a holdfast which is attached, by which, with the help of which it is attached to the substratum. Okay, then comes is they are having, in addition to plastids, vacuole also. Okay, then again they are talking about the reproductive methods, which are again vegetative reproduction, asexual, and sexual. So vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation. Talking about asexual reproduction, this is a characteristic feature here. Okay, they are having biflagellated zoospores with unequal laterally attached flagella. Now this is very important. this whole line is asked, and so you have to be careful about it, and you have to remember the shape, which is pear shape. Okay, further moving, sexual reproduction is of all the three types, isogamous, anisogamous, and oogamous. The gametes are also here pyriform, that is pear shaped, and they are having two laterally attached flagella. So I have just told you this is a characteristic feature, you have to remember it. And again, the famous examples: Ectocarpus, Dictyota, Laminaria, Sargassum, Fucus, and Kelps also, which was given in this paragraph. Okay, you have to do this Kelps also, the example. Now let's do red algae, which is yes. Moving forward, we are doing is rhodophyceae, which is the term given to red algae basically because of the predominance of the red pigment or phycoerythrin in their body. Now again, they are marine, and here the greater concentrations are seen in warmer areas. They occur in both well-lighted regions, which are close to the surface of water, as well as deep in the ocean where hardly any light penetrates, and this is basically because of the type of pigment anything possesses. Okay, further moving, they tells us that the red algae is multicellular and it has a complex body organization. The food is Floridian starch, which is similar to amylopectin and glycogen. This you have to do, this is important. Then comes reproduction, which is again three types: vegetative reproduction, asexual, and sexual reproduction. So vegetative reproduction is again same by fragmentation. Now the only thing distinguishes the red algae from the other algae is non-motile spores and non-motile gametes. मतलब के among these three algae, with red algae we will be associating no flagellated structure. Okay, no motile spores, no flagellated gametes would be there in this case. Okay, there are only non-motile spores and non-motile gametes. And further, the important thing is sexual reproduction is only oogamous. No anisogamy, no isogamy is seen in this case. And the examples again are very important, which are Polysiphonia, Porphyra, Crassilaria, and Gelidium, and they are accompanied by a complex post-fertilization development. Okay, now one thing I want to ask you, we have done that only in red algae there is no flagellated stage seen, but if you remember, we have done in green algae the example of Spirogyra. This is also a non-flagellated structure. So for example, if the question comes with 3 to 4 example of algae different, okay, and they have told you okay, which one of the following is having no motile phase in their life, okay, then you have to choose red algae, as well as you have to keep in mind the example of Spirogyra, if Spirogyra is there or is it not there. Okay, so बस इसी चक्कर में मत रह जाना कि red algae में ही था, ठीक है. You have to remember the exception, which is green algae. green algae को याद रखना कि इसमें non flagellated stage होती है, ठीक है. Moving forward are these diagrams, which are very important to do. Very important direct questions can come from these diagrams. The first we are seeing is of green algae. So this one is Volvox, which is having a colonial form. We have done this also in the text written there, okay. And this filamentous thing is Eulothrix, okay. Moving further is the brown algae, which the first example given is Laminaria, then is Fucus, then is Dictyota. So now you can see the parts clearly: frond, stipe, and hold first, okay. Further, they have given the examples of red algae, which is Porphyra and Polysiphonia. So now let me ask you a question again. A red algae which has fronds, so we have done that fronds are present in the brown algae, but a red algae which is Porphyra is having fronds, which is given in the diagram. At the end you will say that there was nothing like this in the text written, but here in the diagram it is clearly given. Red algae possessing fronds is Porphyra, okay. So you have to keep note of these small things, okay. So with this, these are our diagrams and these are very important. You need to recognize these all, okay. A quick revision before ending this video of what we have done today. So we have done 3 types of algae, which is red, brown, and green. Now for green algae we use the term chlorophyceae, for brown we use the term phaeophyceae, and for red we use the term rhodophyceae. So basically chlorophyll A is a universal pigment which is present in all types of algae. A distinguishing pigment becomes here is chlorophyll B, C, and D respectively in the green, brown, and red algae, okay. Then comes the stored food. In green algae the food is stored in the form of starch. In Brown algae, it is stored in the form of mannitol and laminarin, and Floridian starch is the stored food in red algae. Okay, then comes the cell wall composition. Like cellulose is also present in all the three types of algae. Additional, what we have done is in chlorophyce, the outer layer is made up of pectose, if you remember, we have done this. Okay, and inner layer is made up of cellulose. Okay, and in Phaeophyce, cellulose ki cell wall, which is covered from the external side by algin, which is a hydrocolloidal material. Then in Rhodophyce, we have cellulose, pectin and polysulfate esters as the material forming the cell wall. Then is flagella, the number and position of insertions. In green algae, we see equal flagella which are present on the apical side, and they are 2 to 8 in number. Okay, in Phaeophyce there are 2 unequal and lateral flagella. Okay, this is important, and we know in red algae कोई भी flagellated motile structure नहीं present, तो therefore यहाँ पे कोई भी flagellated structure present नहीं है. And if I talk about habitat, of course they are aquatic, they might be freshwater and brackish salty, and this was all about their habitat. So with this we are done with our algae part.